Hey guys, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. Whoo daddy! Got a lot going on here. There's a turntable right here on the desk. You can see it. I'm going to play some songs for you guys. Do some needle drops live. Got a little bit of heartburn tonight. Ate Mexican food for the first time in a long time, and it is hitting. So hey, that's what you get when you don't have it, and then you get it. It's like this was good, but eh. So got a lot of really cool records to show you today. I already shot this video, but my turntable was kind of acting up. I moved it to the table. This is probably not the right turntable to use for this because it's got like some really shock absorbent springs in the platter and the tone arm. And so like if you bump this table at all, it's going off the rails. So I'm going to get, I'm looking for a Technics 1200. If you're in the area, if you're local and you want to get rid of one, I'd like to get one. I've got one in the shop that's really great, but I want to get one for my system. And ideally, I want to put everything in one room again. I know, it's crazy. But because I have a listening station in my other room. It's pretty much the only thing the room is for is to listen to audiophile records because it's got my whole setup in it. It's got my fancy turntable and all that stuff. But when I get like records that are a little bit rough or they're not audiophile quality, like there's really no point in wearing out that needle on records that aren't audiophile pressings, and they don't matter, you know what I mean? Like I got a bunch of really cool African records to show y'all today. Got a bunch of great African records this week, like 50. I'm not going to show them all, but yeah, it's a lot of them you can't get them really clean, so I'm not going to thrash my super expensive needle with African records that will probably honestly sound better on something like a Technics 1200. So anyways, that's what I'm working on. But this is what I've got. This is a Thorn's TD160. It's okay. I'm not a huge gearhead, so I need to probably sell this thing because it's not what I need. And people love Thorns. So if you're in the area and you want a Thorn's TD160 for a very reasonable price, also holla. So oh man, pray for me. This Mexican food is really coming back with a vengeance. So, cool record I got this week that I've been wanting forever. This is a Lollipop Shop. Fantastic psych record. I've talked about Fred Cole a lot in probably every video in the past 5 or 6 videos. But I've been trying to get all the Fred Cole stuff. So he was in like some punk bands. He was in Dead Moon. He was in the Rats. But just really interesting dude, great guitar and vocals. But he was also in the Lollipop Shop. So this is the first record. I think he appeared on a single before this with a band called The Weeds, I think. Anyways, but been wanting this before I even knew who Fred Cole was. I wanted this record because of my psychedelic wormholes. And so I've been after this record for like 10 years and never could find a reasonable one. I feel like they used to go for like 50, 60, 70. When they did, I didn't have any money like to spend on records then, so I couldn't afford one, and they just keep going up and up in price. And then in my head, I'm still thinking, I'm not paying $200 for this record. This is a $60 record, like in my head. But as a lot of people find out about it, the price goes up, and inflation and all that stuff. So I've been hesitant to pay $200, $250 that this has been going for. One popped up on eBay, and I guess a bunch of other people didn't bid, and I got this rascal for like $82, which is great. Disc is super clean on this. The listing said disc is very good condition, which means either that seller doesn't know what very good means, or it's a little bit rough. It's like in grading. The grading scale is really misleading. I was trying to explain it to somebody the other day. There's this guy in the shop, and he's like, hey, I'm new at collecting. What does VG plus mean? And I was like, okay, VG plus means very good plus. He's like, okay, well, I see some things that say VG. What's the difference between VG and VG plus? Is that a big difference? And I was like, can be, depending on who you're talking to. And he said, well, what's VG? I said, VG's a little rough. And he said, but it means very good. That doesn't make any sense. I was like, I know. But here's what doesn't make more sense. A G copy, which means good, is real bad. So if you see something in good condition, you're going to get it and you're going to say, this is not in good condition. This is, so it's confusing. But anyways, So when you're bidding on eBay, sometimes you're like, does this person know what gold mine scale is, or are they just using words here? So this person was just using words. So because this is a really nice, I would call this VG plus 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 plus. Also, people that use more than one plus doesn't do anything. VG plus is VG plus. VG plus plus is excellent. VG plus 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 was near mint. I don't know. It's late. It's late. I'm giving grading rants. Buddy Chris came up and he traded me some jazz for some jazz. So I had a jazz record, or I had a, it was that, oh gosh, the Gil Scott Heron, Pieces of a Man, white label promo in the shop, and he wanted it. So he brought some jazz to trade, and some other things were exchanged. But this is Adam's Apple, Doug Karn, on the Black Jazz label. I really like the Black Jazz label. I love hard bop jazz, blue note, impulse, all that stuff. But I really love jazz funk and like spiritual jazz, some like avant-garde, free jazz is okay. But black jazz is a little bit more on the fringes, a little bit more in that soul jazz, jazz funk territory, which is kind of where I live when it comes to jazz. Gene Russell, New Direction. I've got Gene Russell's other record as well, Black Jazz. So I think Black Jazz has like 25 to 30 titles. I've got like 10 of them. So I'm going to get them all at some point. Chester Thompson, Powerhouse. It's a great one. This one's super clean. I'm excited to get that. Add those Black Jazz titles to my collection. Neil Young Freedom is one you don't see very much. Came out in '89. Just been on my radar. Not anything I've been actively looking for, but kind of wanted it for a while, and I found 2 copies this week. Found this at a antique store. Sometimes you can get some good deals at antique stores, so don't be afraid to look. Ooh. So this is what I got today. Buddy of mine came and traded it in. I had an old Okinoki record cleaner at the shop. It's just been sitting there for like 2 years, literally, because I was missing the clamp that goes on top of like where the label protects the label and all that stuff. And you could buy one on eBay for like $20. I don't need it because I've got another record cleaner that I use all the time. So my friend wanted one because he's a dealer and he goes and digs everywhere. So I was like, just bring me some good records and I'll swap it. So he brought me some cool stuff. This is one of them. This is Seaboard. Play with Love, Play with Fire. So this is what I got on the turntable right now, and I'm going to show you a clip of it because there's no way I'm getting in trouble for this. This is a Charlotte, North Carolina Grail. It's not a Grail, but they go for like 100, 150, somewhere along in there. It's a super clean one. But these guys, their hair, just let their hair do the talking. Listen to that cowbell. Got a shaker. Good stuff. There's some guitar solos, some pinch harmonics. Come on. Come on, John Gilreath. It's either him or David Lear that is really tearing it up there. But these guys are hitting it hard in Charlotte. So, really great little record. Seaboard. That's what's on the deck right now. Was on eBay. And this Black Sabbath Volume 4 popped up. And I could tell it was a Vertigo because of this little number right here. This is a buy it now $30. So I got it. Didn't know really like what shape it was in or what pressing it was. It's a super clean first UK Vertigo. So I was like, heck yeah. And I got it in the mail. I was super stoked. So I upgraded. That's an upgrade for me. So I took my old copy and put it in the shop and it sold instantaneously this weekend. So anyways, let me see if I can get you a guitar solo. Oh, slow it down. Sometimes you gotta, She's like a whole new world, he says. like all these old rockers, they always say, "Hey baby, hey baby, hey girl." Oh man, super stoked about this. So, sweet kids, you know, a couple of young kids, probably in their early 20s. They're starting a business selling records, and I'm all about it. They're in Greenville, South Carolina, I think. But they call themselves Wasted Years. They were at the Charlotte Record Show this weekend, and they swung by. I've been talking to them a little bit. I bought a couple records from them in the past, and they came by and brought me some jazz records, and we traded. So I traded some metal stuff, a couple metal records, and an autographed Iron Maiden tour program. I didn't want to give it up, but the kid really wanted it, and it's just been sitting there. So he, you know, he's more excited about it than I was. And so, anyways, first one is this Leapin' and Lopin', Sonny Clark. This is a second mono, it's a 66 mono. Still, even though it's technically a reissue, it's still really hard to find. And this is near mint. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful copy. But just look at that cover, man. I've got I think I got a Music Matters press of this or something. Some audiophile fancy snobby pressing of this, but glad to have an early press anyways. The first pressings are like really, really rare and even valuable. This other one is Bill Evans. Everybody digs Bill Evans. That's the name of the title of this album, and it's also just a fact. Everybody digs Bill Evans. Bill Evans is just one of those jazz artists that's just timeless that everybody loves. This is an original mono. And it is stupid, stupid clean. I don't even know how this exists this clean. Beautiful, beautiful condition on this. So, thrilled to have that. And then this is the one, probably the least expensive out of the three, but that I'm most excited about. This is Dorothy Ashby, Dorothy's Harp. Had a copy of this when I first opened the shop, and just needed the money. It was worth more to me than, I just needed the money. Sold it, regretted it ever since. But this is a super, super clean copy, near mint. The disc is near mint anyways. And it's such an interesting sounding record, but it's funky and just delicate at the same time. It's beautiful. Such a beautiful record. Thrilled to own that. Been wanting it for a really long time. This is a cool one. This is De La Soul is Dead. There's an original press promo. It's got all this promo stuff in it, but the one thing I wanted to show you that's in it is this air freshener. It's a promotional air freshener. I don't know. There's a bunch of like a calendar and like a poster and some cool stuff in there. So it's cool, pretty rare little hip hop piece there. Lonnie Liston Smith Cosmic Funk. Got this today. The guy that traded some things for the Okie Nokie brought it in. But this is a record like, Lonnie Liston Smith stuff. Used to, I feel like they went for like $15 to $25 depending. This one can go for like 60 or 70 sometimes. It's weird. It's worth it. The music is killer. Man, it's just out there space funk. It's nasty. I love it. Lonnie Liston Smith, just a little pro tip. If you're out digging records and you can get any Lonnie Liston Smith for cheap, buy it. You will like it. It's good. Another one from Earl. I've been getting some things from old Earl's collection. This is William Devon. Be thankful for what you got. There's some cool songs on this. A little soulful, funky. Not a really expensive record, but it's just a cool record, This is The Impressions, Times Have Changed. This was in that same little batch from him. This is different sounding record than a lot of Impressions records. This is more, it's got a little bit more mid-70s Curtis Mayfield action to it. I was playing it in the shop today and somebody came up and said, "Is this Marvin Gaye what's going on?" And I was like, "No, this is not." But I could see how you could think it was because it does have that feel to it. But really cool record. As far as Impressions go, that one's like, up there. So anyways, we're going to talk about some African records. Got a batch of African records this week. Got about 50 of them. And as I said before, I'm not going to show you all of them, but I am going to be starting a YouTube channel where I just rip vinyl. You know, this week while I've been researching a lot of these, I've realized that a lot of the Discogs entries don't have videos. They don't have anywhere you can hear this music. And, you know, I would say most Discogs entries have like videos to links to YouTube. And so I was going through, and as I went, I've been like editing the crap out of these Discogs entries, adding videos that are already on YouTube, just linking them. So somebody's got to link all this stuff. And that's why some that are really obscure don't have links, because there might be a rip of it on YouTube, but no one's linked it yet. So I've been editing the information, adding pictures, you know, just to be a nice guy, you know, because I am a nice guy. But some cool African records. I've just been buying. I got a really good source for African records. I've been trying to find somebody for a long time that I could trust that can get me some records from Africa, because you really don't know what you're getting. So found a guy, friend of a friend in Africa, that is sending me some really cool records. So this is a cool one called Afro International Mimi Lay. I don't even know, but it's like a funky little soca African record. This one's really clean. Not a whole lot of information anywhere on it, but it's just a cool African record. So I'm going to play it because I know that I can, and no one's going to care. Don't tell me. Don't tell YouTube I'm playing music, because they'll just bust in like the Kool-Aid Man and take all my records. That's what you signed up for. So, probably... Now, I showed this record on my main channel. I did one about vinyl. Will vinyl die off again? And my point was that some of these rare African records, if it weren't for the records themselves, the music would be extinct, you know? And I showed this record. This is Ricky Illalonga. This is one of my favorite Zamrock records. Just killer. Ricky Illalonga played in the band Museo Tunya, which is a great Zamrock band. But this record has some amazing guitar work in it. So he just kind of used this album to showcase himself and how crazy he could play guitar. Great songs. And like with African music, like a lot of times, you know, it's hard to grab the songs and have the melody in your head. It's not really that catchy, but you like the feel of it type thing. These songs are great songs, really good melodies, really killer guitar work. This is a record you need to know about. So anyways, so this is my copy I've had for a couple years. It's in a little bit of rough shape, just because most of them are. I just got this one. It is, I'm telling you, near mint, which is unbelievable that this would exist in this condition. It is beautiful, beautiful. And for this record, I really wanted a clean one, just because, you know, you hear it with a crackle, and it's okay. It's okay, because you know it's a rare record, and you're not going to find a really clean one. But if you can find a really clean one, that's the ticket. So a lot of this African records and Zamrock stuff, a lot of times you got to settle for a crackly copy, because that's all that exists. This one's a little bit crackly. This is Ricky Illalonga, the same guy. Dread Eyes. Really cool record, really cool artwork. Thrilled to get this. So I'm working on getting all the Ricky Illalonga stuff. He's just a really incredible Zamrock musician. So there's a lot of things I'm discovering that I don't even know anything about. So I definitely can't pronunciate. So you got the feel of that one. Pretty cool record. We'll lift this one off real quick. Throw it back in and keep on trucking. So that's a really cool record though. And it's so clean. So for an African record, so clean. This one's Devra Ningwena. Never heard of it. But this is what it sounds like. I'll throw it on. See if this turntable will play it without giving me problems. so sweet. But yeah, I love that stuff. This is one that's really cool. This is called the New Crossbones. Look at that cover. Holy moly. This is a really killer one. To my knowledge, so there's a Zamrock band called Crossbones, and I don't think this has anything to do with that band. I don't think it does. I thought it did at first, and I started looking through it, and I'm like, I don't really think I could be totally wrong. Like I said, there's a lot I don't know. This has more of a reggae feel to it, but still super, super cool. Man, it's just a cool record. This is one Soul Brothers, Mashoza Wami. Real funky, like African funk, man. It's just dynamite, man. This one is from Nigeria. This is Ride On, Rocktown Express. Little reggae disco type thing. Really cool. So that's just playing that record for you. This is another one I wanted to play for you. This is Freeway by the Nosy Road Band. Now, I don't know anything about this, primarily because there is no information on this at all anywhere on the internet. There's been one copy sold like 6 years ago for $50-something, but that's all I know about it. This is a cool record. It's real funky. Parts are kind of cheesy, you know. There's certain parts that are a little cheesy. I'm trying to remember which song it was. It was so nasty. There's one on here called Cosmic Dust. We'll give that a shot. There's one that was like, "Ooh, daddy." But yeah. There's some good guitar solos, some really good bass. I need to do a find this record on this. I probably will. But really cool record. Here's some more I'll just show real quick. A little stack here. And like a lot of this stuff, I don't really know enough about it to talk about it. So I'm discovering this. So this is stuff you might not even be able to stream anywhere. It's just kind of cool. This is a man and a woman. Izin Nantomi Zesi Manji Manji. Really cool record. This is real funky. This copy's in terrible shape, but it's just cool to have. This one is a Dr. This is Paul Mataviri. Dr. Love Volume 2 is a reggae record. Pretty cool. This PK Chishala. Professor PK Chishala. This is called Common Man. But Discogs has this listed as garage rock. I would not call it that. It's just some really cool. It's like African rock, but it's a little bit more on the rumba side than it is the rock side. Still very cool. This is another one of his. PK Chishala, Church Elder. Yeah, see, listen to this guitar solo. Unknown record. No one knows about. But, yeah, that's a cool one. PK Chishala. I had one of these copies. Verchis. This is Verchis à Paris, or Paris. It's probably how they say it. I'm probably butchering all these, but this has got a little bit more of like a jazzy feel to it. They're singing in French. So this is a French pressing, but anyways, there's Analog Africa put out a comp of this band, and it's got the same cover, but this is a different album. This is an album, not a comp. And just, man, look at that cover. So good. But yeah, it's a really cool, interesting sounding, like African jazz funk, but more on the jazz side. It's kind of strange, hard to describe. A very cool record. Shari Yako. Very cool record. This is Kalindula. It's a cool, like, it reminds me of like acoustic blues artists, but like in Africa. So it's not bluesy, but like there is some. Let me see. I'll show you. Come on, don't make a fool of me. If I drop this record, they'll never let me forget it. But yeah, some really cool songs. Like he whistles in a really weird way. I'm trying to remember like exactly how I'm trying to remember how he did it so I can mimic it. But it's cool. But this is on the Zambia Music Parlor label. It's got that notorious Zambian label. But yeah, it's a cool little kind of African folk, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. But it's just a cool little record. But that cover, you gotta grab one. This is one, I got some more of these coming I'm gonna be putting in the shop, but this is Masasasu Litande. Really cool sounding record. The African Roomba type stuff. This is one Charles Muyanwa, Zambian guitar. Really cool, like jazz guitar type feel to it. Is he about to do it? Nope. Zangalewa. Really cool, like funky African record. It's a little bit funky. This one's a great one. It's called, it's from the Great Fire Family Band. Mulilo. A good friend of mine, David Gibson. He has a channel called Local Biography. He comes in the shop all the time, and he's super into Zamrock and all this stuff. And I texted him. I was like, "You got to get down here. I got all the Zamrock stuff." And I had a couple Witch albums, and it was a Witch album called "Moving On," and it's like when they went funk. So it's like a Zambian funk record, and it sounds like it could be like a North Carolina funk record. It's got the same feel to it. Really cool. But I texted him and told him I had one, so he like got off work early, just, drove down, and he was looking through them with me, and he was just like drooling. So I sold him one pretty nice copy I had of it. But yeah, I've got a couple more copies of it. Actually, I got 3 copies of it. Sold him the nicest one. I have a couple that are a little bit rough shape, but they're still just impossible to find. But anyways, it was kind of crazy to me that I just kind of assumed everybody knew about Zamrock, and over the weekend people, they are like, "Hey, how's it going? What are you into?" and all this stuff, and I'm telling them about this, and they're like, "Rock from Zambia? What are you talking about?" Like, so many people had no idea what I was talking about, no clue that this ever existed, anything like it. So I'm going to be talking about it a lot more because it's just so cool. It's a genre that I'm just obsessed with right now. So anyways, I love sharing this stuff, but it's something I'm obsessed with. But a couple of reggae records I also got. Johnny Clark, African Roots Reggae. It's a UK press. A little bit of a rare one. This one is so cool. Don Carlos, Suffering. This is a Zimbabwe pressing, but just kind of a hard reggae record to get a hold of. Really killer reggae. I love this record. Listened to it a couple times since I got it. So anyways, let me know what y'all think of me bringing a turntable in the mix and showing you some things. The African records, what do you think about these? And then also my Find This Record Instagram account. Like during this weekend, since I was playing a bunch of these at the shop, I've been playing, doing clips and stuff, and then adding Discogs links so you can check it out on Discogs and find the pressing without having to Google it and search it and all that stuff. So, what I'm doing with this channel, I'm not making any money here. Just about everything I do with records involves making money so I can support what I do and keep doing it. But, with this channel and Find This Record and all that stuff, I'm not making any money. I'm not ever going to make any money. It's never going to benefit me probably at all, other than me talking music with people and kind of introducing people to new music. It's one of my favorite things to do, to just turn people on to stuff. And so I'm going to probably start a new YouTube channel where I'm just going to upload rips of stuff, man. That's what I really want to do. A lot of this music that's undocumented that no one knows anything about, I would really, really love to be able to rip that stuff and put it up so people can hear it. So anyways, send me some comments. Let me know what y'all think. Hope you're doing good. We'll see you next time.